everybody, Sean with Coblentz Builders, where they take your dreams and turn them into reality. Well, you've made it to the third and final extra video on the pickleball court down in Grove City. If you haven't seen the first two, go over to our main channel and you can catch them there, please. This one is going to be all about the liner panel installation in the main portion of the building. So hang in there, we're almost done. If you haven't seen the first two yet, make sure you go check those out, and I will see you at the end of this one. We're going to start off this build like we do all of our other builds, and that's with the ceiling liner panel. But in order to install that ceiling liner panel, we have to go around the outside edge and add J-channel all the way around. Here, one of our crew members is measuring the distance between the trusses so we can mark the metal for proper screw placement. Here comes the first piece of liner panel for the ceiling, the first piece of interior metal on this job being brought over to the guys that are going to do the installation. And we want to just let you guys know that for this particular job, the electricians left their man lifts for us, which just made the job 110% easier and so much more convenient to do this way than using extension ladders. In fact, they were such a hit that Coblentz Builders went ahead and bought a set of their own that you'll be seeing in future videos. Here's a quick measurement to that electrical cord hanging down so that the metal can be marked and a hole can be drilled. Man lifts away. We just gotta pop that cord through the hole, then we can go ahead and put the ceiling liner panel in place and screw it to the trusses. And here's a speed run for you for that first section that will take us all the way to the peak. For screw placement in the metal, we measure 1 inch up from the bottom and then every 4 feet from there. My camera angle in relation to the tape measure is a little off, so it doesn't look like it's lined up right, but I promise you the markings on the metal are 100% correct. Our cut guy uses this board as a straight edge to mark the lines all the way across the metal. Here's a speed run for you for the next section of liner panel on the ceiling. I'm not sure if y'all caught it, but the next piece of metal actually requires 2 holes to be drilled in it to let some of that electrical cord through. Here's Mike, our crew driver / material handler, sporting one of our Coblentz Builders hoodies with our little theme on the back. You dream it, we build it. The hole is drilled, the piece is handed off to the guys, and they take it up to the ceiling. And now we're just finagling around to get those darn electrical cords through the holes. Here's the first piece of the last section of ceiling liner panel on this half of the interior ceiling. Yep, you've got it figured out. Measure for the cord, drill the hole, send the metal up to the ceiling, pop the cord through the hole, fix the metal to the trusses. Here's a look at the entire first half of the ceiling that's done. Right here we're going to slow it down so that you can see there were actually 4 holes that we had to drill for 4 pieces of electrical cording to come through for some fixtures that will be added later on. On the same side of the building, we're going to go ahead and start measuring for the wall metal now. This allows the crew just to work their way all the way around the building from top to bottom. With the first piece in place, we can go ahead and put the level to it just to make sure it's good to go. Then we're ready for the next piece to come in as it gets dropped down into the rat guard on the bottom, works its way up to against the wall, and we just slide it over and screw it in place. Our cut guy measuring up from the bottom to where the hole's going to be for that electrical cording. And then he gets a little bit of an assist from another crew member to measure in from the side, just so the hole gets placed perfectly centered with where the electrical cording is. We've got you a couple of seconds into a speed run where the side metal is going up. And just ahead of that side metal, you can see the J channel is being run all the way down what is actually the back side of the building. Here's a little bit of a different angle coming at you instead of going away from you. And this just shows how it took a little bit of extra time to get that J channel around the section above the back garage door opening. And speaking of which, here's a closer look. Here's the actual installation and the nailing of the J channel in that first section above what I'm going to call the back garage door opening. And then he moves on to the next section where he measures and cuts the J channel for that area also. He fires up his Milwaukee nailer to get those final pieces of J channel in place. Just in time, because here comes the next crew member with the pre-measured metal to go in above that garage door open. Speaking of pre-measured pieces, here comes our cut guy with the next piece that's going to go in the next section on the other side of that back garage door opening. The man lift brings them up closer to the ceiling. That pre-measured piece handed to him by the cut guy is put in place, and then it's checked with his level. Once it's checked, it gets screwed into place using his Milwaukee screw gun. Surprise! Speed run. Here we're getting the metal across the top of that garage door opening. And once we get to the other side, we'll start putting the wall metal up, heading into the corner toward the other gable end. And here's a look from the garage door toward the corner from a different angle. Here's a little bit slower look for you, where we have that entire back wall covered in metal, as well as the first half of the ceiling done. A little bit of an optical illusion for you, but I promise this is the other side of the interior roof liner panel going up. The man lifts, get our guys in place. We get the metal up to the ceiling, and yep, no surprise, we've got another hole that we've got to work that electrical cording through. So they take care of that in short order, and then they start fixing that piece of liner panel to the ceiling. The man lifts bring our guys safely back down to earth just before the next speed run for you. When you have two sides of liner panel going on a peaked roof, where those two sides meet, right up at the peak, there's going to be a seam. Coblentz Builder's answer to that is some custom bent outside corner material that we use to cover those seams. After making their way up to the ceiling, they go ahead and take that first piece, get it into place, and attach it with some screws. Being on the other side of the peaked roof, we have more of the same. Metal goes up, we measure and mark where the holes need to be for the electrical cord. They get the piece in place, they work the cord down through the hole, and then they screw the liner panel to the trusses. Once the liner panel is in place, they go ahead and add the custom outside corner sections. Believe me, I realize the audio sounds louder and it's something I've been dealing with for this entire video, but it's actually because we're inside a building and the sounds of the tools and the sounds of the voices are just ricocheting off all of that metal. And all that does is amplify everything. Here's a great shot from directly underneath the peak of the roof on the inside, just to show you how that treatment along that seam gives it such a clean, smooth look. And here comes a quick peek at that gap left before we go ahead and cover it up. Here's a couple shots of our cut guy sending up that centerpiece, our crew members riding the man lift up to the ceiling, putting those centerpieces in place, and screwing them in. Here's a quick little speed run of that last section of ceiling liner panel going up and getting put in place. And here's a little bit longer time lapse that shows that entire second half of the peaked ceiling getting liner panel, along with J channel going up first. Alright, all done with the ceiling liner panel. Now it's time to move on to getting the side metal up. Our regular cut guy wasn't here this day, but the fill-in crew member is doing a fantastic job in his own right. This shot gives you a pretty good idea of exactly how long those pieces of metal are for these gable ends and how awkward they can be sometimes to get in place, especially when you're trying to fit in between a man lift and the wall. And once again, the use of a board as a straight edge to mark screw positions. Just a different guy doing it this time, that's all. Here's a good shot of what is actually the longest piece of metal that went up on the inside of the building, and a good look at the top where we have a compound angled cut with two different angles going two different directions. It may feel like an extra long speed run with this shot, but it isn't. We're just winding down this video with the last couple of sections for you, and we're just going to be using time lapses to finish things out until my closing message. Hopefully, I did a good enough job picking the background music so it isn't just driving you nuts while you watch all these time-lapse videos. Hey, you made it to the end of the third and final extra video in the Pickleball Court series, so thanks for that. Thanks for hanging around, and thanks for all of the support at our YouTube channel. If you haven't seen any of the other 2 extra videos on this build, head over to the main channel. You can find them there. Please like and subscribe. It does a ton of good for that YouTube algorithm that everybody hears so much about, and it really helps our channel. If there's anything in any of these or any of our other videos that you've seen that you have questions about, drop those in the comments. Also, if there's something that you haven't seen that you would like to see, drop that in the comments also, and it might even spur its own individual video. You just never know. Thanks for all your support, everybody, and we will see you on the next build.
If you are in the northwestern Pennsylvania or eastern Ohio area and are interested in us building your building and being featured on one of our next videos, then call me, Robert, at 814-572-5241, and I'd be happy to talk to you.